Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is good old MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony the Hitman Florio, the Phenom Michael Bullock, and the Twisted Angel D.D. Woodson. I'm not going to get into any hyperbole or anything else. I'm kind of not really in the mood right now. Even though I was watching Smackdown Live, yes, my mind was definitely on some other things going on. And right now, I'm not in a good mood. I am really angry. I'm really frustrated right now with what just happened with the United States soccer team. They failed to qualify for the World Cup. They're not going to be in Russia in 2018. Derek Ferreira has already gone on record that he's going to go on a major league rant. So I'm just telling you right now, do not piss me off tonight. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's just dive right in. And we're going to start the show with Jimmy and Jay the Usos, and they asked for the New Day to come out, and what they did was one of the coolest things I ever seen in professional wrestling. They showed a lot of respect, a lot of love to the Usos, to the New Day, and they're like, you know what? Out of all the battles, out of all the fights, everything we went through, respect, you guys are awesome. You know, you're as equal to us as we are equal to you, and we run the SmackDown division. There's no other team that can touch us. There's no other team that compares to us. There's no other team that can come even close to holding a candle than the New Day and the Usos on the SmackDown division. Jimmy and Jay, you goddamn right you two owns the division, and nobody comes even close. All those boys back of the line, you ain't nothing if it wasn't for the New Day or the Usos. That's a little bit of a Mikey rant. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Well, of course, all the other tag teams came out, and they're like, you know what? You know what? I gotta say, everybody was like, you're wrong. First off, you had the Hype Bros. They came out, and they were yelling back of the line. Then Sheldon Benjamin and Chad Gable came out, and they were showing a lot of love to Chad Gable. They're like, look who you got. You got Sheldon Benjamin. He's a legend in the tag team division. But he's like, you know what, fellas? As much as we may respect you. Then we had Breezango show up, and the crowd actually popped for Breezango, which was actually a little bit of a surprise. Then we was the Ascension show up. So then Daniel Bryan comes out, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to say this. He's like, Usos, New Day, get out of the ring. Get out of the ring right now. I do not want you in here. Get out. The fans started booing Daniel Bryan. I'm looking at them like, whoa, Daniel, what's going on? What are you doing? He's like, the reason why I'm telling you to get out of the ring is because we're going to have a fatal four-way right now, and the winner of that fight will become the #1 contenders for the New Day, for the Usos Tag Team Championship. All right, very cool. I'm not gonna poo-poo all over this. So we had the tag team fatal four-way for the shot at the SmackDown Tag Team titles, the winner of the bout, and the #1 contenders is Chad Gable and Sheldon Benjamin. They win the match, so they will be next in line for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. All right, let me break it down to you like this. Segment of the night, well, non-wrestling segment of the night. No doubt about it. I love the love fest that they give for the tag team division, and this actually was really good, really done, because I believe they definitely have made it very clear. New Day and the Usos are the top of the division. There's no doubt about it. And then thing that went down, especially with Gable. Now Gable and Benjamin gets an opportunity. I like this. I like Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. I think this is a really good moment for them. And it was an okay fight. It took about 9 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'll give this about maybe 2.5 stars, maybe 3. I'm just going to say. But this was good. This was fun. And they finally got it. A tag team won. I got nothing bad to say about this. Anthony Foyle, come on in. Give me your thoughts about everything in the tag team division.
Well, I'll tell you, MF. I mean, you nailed it. This was the segment of the night. It was a very good segment that helped make the tag team division feel like it's about more than just the Usos and the New Day. Here's hoping that I was hoping that the 4-way match wouldn't undo whatever good was done for 3 of the 4 teams, and what else is there to say on that? And I was a little concerned about that, but no, it didn't do any. It didn't undo any of that good. It just kept on going. 2.5 to 3. You're absolutely right with the rating. That was exactly how Michael Bullock and we rated it. Yes, if you're wondering. Michael Bullock and I, we had our Smackdown live chat this evening. Good to have that. We haven't had one in a while, so that was good. As far as the match was concerned, I would say maybe second best fight of the night. I mean, 4-way tag match was fun, and the expected team went over. I know a lot of people, mainly those in the IWC, get a kick out of Breezango and their comedy bits, the whole Faction Files nonsense. But I still hope they will eventually be positioned as a more serious team. So here's hoping for that. But other than that, MF, I mean, you pretty much spoke on everything. I mean, I can't disagree with you on that. So all of this went about a good 35, 40 minutes, just about. That's how you make a show fly by. Effective use of the time. So that was one of the best opens to a SmackDown Live I've seen in a long time. And, over the last few weeks, we've been getting a lot of meh shows. Well, I'll tell you what, this show was not meh tonight. Not the greatest, but it was definitely better than what I've seen over the last couple of weeks. So, and that was a great way to start it. So well done all around. And a great way to, finally show some love for the tag team division. I mean, yeah, I still think the tag team division is rather meh, but, now maybe we can, start getting some more fresher matches in this. I mean, Usos and New Day were fun. And I like that little moment of respect. But I think it's high time that we let somebody else run with the ball for a little bit. So, well done. Michael Bullock, Phenom, come on in. Let's get your thoughts on this. I mean, we had our SmackDown live chat tonight, and we both agreed. We both agreed that this was one of the best opens to a SmackDown Live we've seen in a while, and very effective. All of this went about 35, 40 minutes, a rare 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a great way to start off this edition of SmackDown Live. I mean, the Usos and the New Day was showing tremendous respect for each other after that brutal Hell in a Cell match that they had on Sunday night. And we both said that if Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, that Hell in a Cell Falls Count Anywhere match, if that hadn't wowed us, this match definitely would have been the fight of the night. No doubt about it. And then all of a sudden you get these other teams coming out and basically saying that they want a shot at the SmackDown tag team titles. And then basically the Usos are like, oh, y'all at the back of the line because you're nowhere near the Usos league. And I totally agree with them. Well, with the exception of one team. And that's, we'll let you know who that is. And of course, Daniel Bryan said, you know what, congratulations to both the Usos and the New Day for entertaining us, but get out of the ring. And then he said, you know what, the way we're going to determine a new number 1 contender for the SmackDown tag team titles in a fatal 4-way with the Ascension, Breezango, the Hype Bros, and Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. So yeah, as far as the match goes, I'll give it 2.5 to 3 stars as well. I mean, I thought it was a great tone setter for the night. Um, yeah, I mean, congratulations to Benjamin and Gable. Now they're the number one contenders for the Usos SmackDown Tag Team titles, and I'm actually into this team. And I mean, do I think they could dethrone them? I really don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see when that time comes. Probably, maybe on a future episode of SmackDown, maybe at the next SmackDown live pay-per-view. But we'll just have to wait and see. So I love the opening segment and the match. Definitely 2.5 to 3 stars. So Twisted Angel, Dee Woodson, come on in. Give us your thoughts on all this.
The segment was spot on. It was definitely this segment of the night. Looks like the writers have finally took some notes out of our chats we've had on here. They actually was able to produce a very good segment and start off with a good match. The rating you guys gave, spot on. So not much more I have to say about it because you all pretty much covered it all. So let's just move on.
All right, and the next thing that we had on SmackDown Live, ladies and gentlemen, was we went into a women's match. Oh, now we had a whole bunch of different things going on, talking about the women's division, the whole 9 yards. But the match that we did get was Becky Lynch versus Carmella, and Becky Lynch won the match by submission, a disarmer. Now, guys, I leave this open for you guys. We can call this a cutout, or we could talk about the match. I leave it to you guys on this one. Just give me your thoughts. If you want to go cutout, we can do that.
Cutout.
I second
cutout.
That. I second that.
All right. Dee Woodson, you
Dee
don't have
Woodson?
to go. No, it's majority. I call majority rules. Majority rules. We already got 2. That's all we need. That's it. And I know Dee would have called cutout as well, so I'm gonna leave that at bay. The next thing we had. Okay, this isn't gonna be a cutout. It is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and really what they were talking about why Sami turned and what was the reason behind what he did at Hell in a Cell. Michael Bullock, you lead off, my friend. Give me your thoughts on this.
Boy, this was a really good segment. I mean, basically, Kevin Owens talking about how he finally got rid of Shane McMahon and how now this is the Kevin Owens show, and then basically bringing out Sami Zayn, and everybody was all wondering, why Sami? Why? And basically, he basically said that Shane McMahon didn't give a damn about him, that it was supposed to be the land of opportunity, and I basically got nothing. So this is the reason why I came out and helped Kevin Owens win the Hell in a Cell match. So yeah, so it's basically they're friends once again. So, but now the interesting thing is, where does everything go from here with these two? I mean, could we be seeing like them maybe as a tag team? Because I mean, let's not forget, because on the Talking Smack, I mean, AJ Styles, basically called him out and saying, you know what, if Shane McMahon needs help, I'll be there to back him up. So could we be seeing a future match with Shane McMahon and AJ Styles against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Definitely something to think about, but great work by Kevin Owens. But to me, I think the real star of the segment was Sami Zayn. Basically telling everyone how he felt, how he wasn't getting the attention he deserved. So, yeah, well done, Kevin Owens, but definitely a major props to Sami Zayn. So, nothing else to say. Dee Woodson, your thoughts on this?
Another very good segment. You know, I'm not surprised at the explanation he gave, because it seems like the same one that everybody does when they do a turn in that sort of fashion. But you know, it was very well done between the two. You know, don't have anything bad to say about the segment, so Fletch, it's yours.
Well orchestrated, well done. That's the moral of the story. I loved what I saw. The storyline fit, the dynamic fit so great. There was really nothing bad about this. Sami Zayn came off very, very, very like okay. He actually made a lot of sense with the heel turn. You know, he talked about how, you know, he was on Monday Night Raw, how he was getting buried, and how SmackDown promised him that opportunity, and basically it didn't pan out. And, you know, he talked about something that happened, and Anthony alluded to it a couple of weeks ago when Shane didn't really help Sammy out after Sammy got jumped. And that was the turning point, and that basically gave Sammy the ammunition. And he was like that. He was rooting for Shane and everything else. But the minute he went up to do that leap of faith off the top of the cell, that's when Sammy was like, you know what? That was it. I had to save my brother. And that's a brotherhood type thing. No matter what the rivalry was, you could go back to Ring of Honor. You can go back to the beginning of the days of WWE. But the rivalry was so intense. But the thing was, there's an honor among thieves is what I call it, and that code and that honor was definitely put in jeopardy when Shane McMahon did try to do the leap of faith, and Sammy felt like the honor of a brother is more than just best for business. For him, he could care less about the fan base now. This is a different type of Sammy we're going to see, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to do from now on. Floyo, I give it to you.
The other segment of the night here, MF, absolutely. I mean, Zayn used strong heel logic in explaining his turn. The big question now is, who are these two going to work with going forward? The New Day need fresh opponents, but they don't have the tag titles, and it feels like there should be something bigger for Owens and Zayn at the moment. I'm very curious, and I'm also very intrigued to see where they go from here. So, yeah. And Michael Bullock and I mean, we couldn't believe it, you know, during the SmackDown chat. We were scratching our heads, and we were like, wow, that was great. And also, you noticed, and Bullock picked up a key detail here. He picked up Byron Saxton saying, I think we're in Bizarro World. He basically pulled a Jerry Lawler. So, yeah, he's right. We are in Bizarro World. I mean, whoever thought we would see two men who very much hated each other now all of a sudden, you know, being the best of friends yet again. So, and these two as a heel tag team, yes. Like I said, I'm intrigued, but also like what me and Gene Oakland would always say, I'm very curious as to how this is going to play out going forward. So I would love to see these two in a feud with New Day, but honestly, I think it needs the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship, and the New Day has a rematch clause. So just saying, down the road. So nothing more to say on this. This was the other segment of the night, along with that opening segment. Two very good segments. So nothing more to say on that, except let's move on, MF.
All right, very well. And we're going to move on to the next thing that was a tag team match. Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev and Anthony's favorite guy right now, Aiden English. And when it was all said and done, Nakamura and Randy Orton wins at 5 minutes and 55 seconds as Nakamura hit the Kinshasa on Aiden English for the 1, 2, 3. So I believe this actually goes to Dee Woodson. So, Dee, give me your thoughts about this tag team match.
I thought it was a very good match. I'm going to give it 2.5 to 3 stars. I liked the way it went down. I mean, both teams worked very well together, especially Rusev and English, which kind of surprised me how well they worked together as a team. But yeah, I thought it went down really well. Not surprised at how the ending went. You know, they needed to give Nakamura a push, and I think we got it kind of tonight through this match. So not much more I have to say about it. So Fletch, I'll toss it back to you.
I'm in that same wavelength, 2.5 stars. It was an okay match. I mean, definitely a nice win for Nakamura. Gets him right back into, a nice victory over the heartbreaking loss he got at Hell in a Cell. And for Randy Orton, he just picks up right where he left off, So got a nice victory there. Now that propels him as well. And it just, you kind of wonder what the next thing's going to be because, right now, they're kind of caught in a net here. You don't know what the future may be now because of the fact that Jinder Mahal, after successfully defending the title, and most notably was not on the show tonight. That's very weird not to have the WWE champion on SmackDown Live, at least gloating or something. We did not see him tonight. Maybe a good thing that he wasn't on the show. But we got to wait and see what happens. 2 to 2.5 stars. Anthony, I give it to you.
Jinder Mahal not being on the show, you said maybe a good thing? No, MF. That wasn't. It was not a bad thing. It was a good thing. A very good thing because what they would have had him do on the show. They would have had another one of those ridiculous, here's Nakamura's face when I did this segment. And if they had done that, so help me, I would have gone on the mother of all Jesse rants. No doubt about it. But praise God he wasn't on the show, but he'll probably be back on next week. And so help me if he does do another one of those, here's Nakamura's face segments again. So help me, Lord, I will go off. That's a warning. So, but as far as the match is concerned, I'm with you, MF. 2 to 2.5 is the best I can go on that. Crowd pleasing win for the team of Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura on the heels of Nakamura losing again in the WWE Championship match on the pay-per-view, which was garbage match. And I cannot believe. I mean, I thought it couldn't get any worse than the SummerSlam bout. It did. Believe me, it did. But it's just a little part of me that thinks Nakamura should be the champ right now. I think he should have won it at SummerSlam, but I think they're going to save it for a much bigger stage, and I think that's going to be at WrestleMania 34. You heard it here first. That's when I think Shinsuke Nakamura will eventually get his comeuppance. So that's all I can say there. A solid match, fine match. We had another one of those split screen commercial breaks. We also had that during the 4-way tag team bout. So I wish they would use it for the main event once in a while, but that's all I can say on that. So 2 to 2.5. I believe that is the correct rating on that. So with that, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this tag match? And you notice when they started this, when they went into this, Rusev and English were in the ring. English had a mic. I thought he was gonna sing, like Robert Goulet and Pavarotti and John Reardon and Francois Clemens, but unfortunately, that did not happen because he heard the voices in his head, and that's all there is to it. So 2 to 2.5.
Yeah, that's the only thing he heard.
Yeah, it's not the only thing he heard. So Bullock, your thoughts on this tag match? And I believe we said 2 to 2.5 on the SmackDown channel. I'm sure, right?
Yeah. 2 to 2.5 stars, I think, is the correct rating on it. I mean, a good match for what it was. I mean, nice way to get Shinsuke Nakamura back on the win track after losing, of course, to Jinder Mahal should I say Sunday night. So, and obviously, I mean, Randy Orton, of course, getting another victory over, of course, basically another RKO on Rusev. So, yeah, fine match for what it was. 2 to 2.5 stars. So, let's just move on, Fletch.
I'm not going to bore you guys with this next segment, which was Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode They kind of went back and forth. It was kind of a boring segment, so I'm not going to bore the living daylights out of you guys with that. We're just going to go right into the main event of the evening, and this is definitely going to be worth talking about. Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles for the United States Heavyweight Championship. The winner of the bout, and still the United States Heavyweight Champion, the Lone Wolf. Let me try to do it. Let me try to do my best Greg Hamilton voice. Baron Corbin. All right, I tried. Maybe I don't know how Floyd was going to feel about that, but anyway, who leads off on this? Is it
you? Do.
All right. Fight of the night. No, fight of the night. I'm calling it. Fight of the night. Excellent way to close the show. This is how SmackDown Live can do things good. Limited amount of time, only 2 hours, and they nail you with a good quality main event match. This is at least 3.5 stars. Fight of the night for me, and the right guy went over. Baron Corbin wins the match, successfully defends the title, which is great because that means he moves on to some bigger and better guys. And for AJ, look, he loses, but loses strong. It wasn't a bad defeat. It was a clean win. End of days, 1, 2, 3. That's nothing to be ashamed of. He had an opportunity to win the belt, but he came a little short. Great, valiant effort. Now you move on, hopefully to the world title picture, and maybe that might be a date with Jinder Mahal. You don't know. But I got to say, they did it right. They did it perfectly. Predictable victory and a predictable outcome. They got the right winner. So with that said, Anthony Floyo, I give it to you.
What was your star rating on the match, MF?
3 to 3.5.
Just about right. Leaning more towards 3.25, but nonetheless, I do agree with you. Fight of the night, and as far as your intro goes, you almost had it. You almost had it. Now it's going to turn into that, that silly commercial with Peyton Manning and Brad Paisley. I mean, you almost had it, MF. You were just almost there. But if you want to do it the way I do it, this is how you do it. Baron Corbin. That's how you got to do it. So, and Bullock knows that all too well because I do that a lot during our SmackDown chats as well. But nonetheless, fight of the night, absolutely right, MF. 3 to 3.25 stars is my rating. Huge win for Corbin, absolutely. In retrospect, I'm still not sure why they had Ty Dillinger in the match if they were just going to have Corbin beat Styles. Even so, it was an enjoyable match, and I like that they tried to make Corbin rather than going with a cheap finish that allowed him to retain the title. The AJ fans will grumble, but one loss is not going to damage someone as over as he is, and he helped put over Corbin in a major way. And that's what it's all about. And Corbin learned his lesson, from that we thought it was because of what he said about Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer. No, that wasn't the case at all. There was a talent meeting with the doctors, and he definitely copped a bit of an attitude during that, and that's why they humbled him and buried him, and that's why they fed him to Cena at SummerSlam, and that's why they had him choke away. That's why they took away the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, of course, MF and Bullock know all too well about that because they saw it firsthand when they were there a couple months ago when SmackDown Live was in Providence. So, but I think he most definitely learned this lesson, and WWE obviously rewarded him for that. So that's why they put the belt on him, and now they kept the belt on him. I'm not surprised. MF is right. Predictable. It was predictable, but this is one of the. As long as the match delivers, we can't complain about it. And this match definitely delivered. So, who's next for Baron Corbin? I don't know. Maybe Ty Dillinger. Maybe somebody else altogether. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So maybe Nakamura. You never know. Maybe go back to Nakamura. You never know. So we'll find out soon enough. But 3 to 3.25 stars. Fight of the night. No doubt about it. So Michael Bullock, your thoughts on the main event? Baron Corbin, still the champ.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this about 3.5 stars as well. I mean, I thought this was a good, solid main event to close out this this edition of SmackDown Live, and yeah, I mean, this was I mean, nice win for Baron Corbin to basically try to prove that his win was no fluke at all. So yeah, so I mean, you guys pretty much touched on everything. So 3 to 3.5 stars. This was the fight of the night. So Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I agree. 3.5 stars. Fight of the night. Great match. Not much more to say. So let's move on.
All right, guys. As always, it's time for the overall review. Anthony Florio, you lead off, my friend.
Yes, indeed. Overall, an entertaining show and a good post pay-per-view edition. I mean, it wasn't as great as Hell in a Cell was, mind you, but it was definitely better than a lot of these SmackDown Lives have been recently. I'm just gonna give it a straight up solid 7 to 7.25 out of 10 for me. Corbin and Styles, the fight of the night. Obviously, that 4-way tag team match was also very good. That was the second best fight, and then rounding out the top 3 was Orton and Nakamura against Rusev and English. Worst fight of the night, obviously, was Becky Lynch and Carmella. That was a meh fight, and then you had that very good segment with Sami Zayn explaining himself, the reunion with Kevin Owens, and of course the opening segment with the Usos, New Day, and the tag team division, finally putting them on notice. And yeah, there were some low points. You know, like I said, Becky and Carmella was a low point. The Rude and Ziggler segment was obviously another low point, and that was a snoozer segment. So, other than that, one of the better SmackDown Lives I've seen in a while, and it's about time. I'll even go as far as to say SmackDown Live beat Raw this week, even as solid and newsworthy as Raw was, you know, with the Shield reunion and Kalisto winning the Cruiserweight Championship. I mean, SmackDown Live was still, by a smidge, beat out Monday Night Raw. I'm not ashamed to admit it. So, congrats, MF. This was these last 48 hours, SmackDown Live has delivered. They delivered a damn good pay-per-view, much better pay-per-view than that god-awful one they had back in July, you know, Battleground. And yeah, they delivered a pay-per-view of the year candidate, and they also delivered one of the better SmackDown Lives I've seen in quite a while, because we've had a lot of black shows. So this one definitely was not black tonight. So well done, Blue Brand. Keep it up. Keep it up. We could use the competition. So I want to see that competitive spirit again. And I felt like we haven't been having that in a while, and I'm glad we got it here tonight. And especially with Survivor Series next month, and hopefully we'll get those Raw versus SmackDown traditional Survivor Series matchups. And if we get those, I'll have my Raw shirt ready, and I'm hoping that MF will have a SmackDown Live shirt by then, and then we can really have some fun with it. So nothing more to say on that. 7.25 out of 10. That's the best I can go. So Michael Bullock, we had our SmackDown chat tonight, and definitely one of the better SmackDown Lives we've seen in a while after several weeks of black shows.
Yeah, definitely. I give it about 7 to 7.25 out of 10. I thought this was a good edition of SmackDown Live as well. I mean, everything I thought was good. I mean, we did have, of course, a couple of cutouts here, but other than that, I mean, I thought it was a very entertaining show. So, yeah, so there's basically nothing more for me to say. So, Dee Woodson, your thoughts on this edition of SmackDown Live?
I'll give it about 7.5. It was a very solid show. Yeah, a few low points, but what's a WWE show without low points? They all have to have it somewhere along the way. I'm not going to touch the women's thing with the 10-foot pole because everybody knows how I feel about the competitor that was in that match. But as far as the rest of it, I mean, very spot on, very good segments. Could do without Rude and Ziggler. Don't really look forward to that match next week. But, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what will come out of this next. Like I said, it looks like the writers have, you know, started taking everybody's advice. They're starting to actually produce quality stuff again. So let's just see if they can keep this up or if they're going to fall back into that god-awful slump that we had there for a few weeks. So enough said here. See you guys next Monday. Good night, guys.
All right, Didi, good night. And we're going to get right into the Mikey's mindset, which is Ultimo Lucha Underground. And here we go, guys. So this second episode of Ultimo Lucha Part 2 started off with basically the battle royale for the ultimate opportunity. It was Arganas, the Mac, Cortez Castro, Joey Ryan, Malasuete, Mascarita Sangrata, Paul London, Pipinera Escalata, PJ Black, Ricky Mandela, Salador, Son of Madness, and Vinny Massaro. And when it was all said and done, the Mac, last man standing, he wins the ultimate opportunity, which is that he could challenge for any title in Lucha Underground. He does not have, it's like their version of the Money in the Bank. Anytime, any place, anywhere, he can challenge for one of the titles for Lucha Underground. That could be Gift of the Gods. That could be for the Trios Championship. Or he could go and try to go after the Lucha Underground World title itself. We'll wait and see what happens down the line. All right, fight number 2. Oh, this had my blood boiling and my heart racing because it's 2 of the most prettiest women in Lucha Underground. Eva Lise and Katrina, 1-on-1. Anthony Florio, you know the rivalry between these 2 Hellcats. These 2 ladies do not like each other, and it had to come ahead at Ultimo Lucha. It had to go down, and Eva Lise got the victory. She beats Katrina. It's the ultimate revenge, because if you remember, in the original Ultimo Lucha, the first Ultimo Lucha, these 2 went at it, and it was Katrina who won. Well, she had a little bit of some help along the way in that fight, but this war started out early. They went at it back and forth. She got the lick of death, which is the most erotic thing I ever saw, and the most sexiest thing I ever saw. But then Eva Lise did not even hesitate. She's like, I want you. I want to fight you at Ultimo Lucha. This was before even, we were about maybe a few episodes into the season. And she's like, you know, you want it? You're on. Let's fight. Here we go. It happened. My God, what a fight it was. This was pretty good, too. This was really good. And then the final fight of the night, this was a mega fight, too. Phoenix versus Marty the Moth Martinez. Hair versus mask. It is one of that they call an apparatus. This is a wager fight. This is very notorious in Mexico. If you know Mexican wrestling like I do, a match or a lucha de apparatus is one of the most humbling matches you can ever have in professional wrestling, because in Mexican culture, two things are sacred: your hair or the mask. The mask is a wrestler's identity. You lose your mask, that's like a part of you is gone. And if you remember during ago when Melissa Santos and Phoenix were working together, and remember she was asking him to unmask and he refused. He said, I could not, because if I do, I lose a part of myself. That's something you must deal with. You have to understand. That's my identity. That's my livelihood. If I take this off, you're never going to see it. It's so I become a different man. I'm not who I am. So that's why this fight meant the world to Phoenix, and to beat Marty the Moth Martinez and to win this match, and more importantly, for Marty the Moth Martinez to lose his hair, is a humbling moment for him, but for Phoenix, it's equally special, because that is a measure of revenge for him, because he not only did that for him, but he also did it for his friend Melissa Santos as well. That was the ultimate vindication for him out of everything that happened this entire year. All right. Fight of the night on that as well. Amazing match. Nothing bad to say about that. All right. So on the next episode of Lucha Underground and the third episode of Ultimo Lucha 3, we got is, oh man, this is going to be a big night. First match, Drago, Pintar, and Faboria with Cabra Moon. They put their trios title on the line against the Mac, Dante Fox, and Killshot. Dante Fox and Killshot damn near killed each other in the Hell of War match. I don't even know how the hell these two guys are going to be coming back to fight again, but this time for the trios title with the Mac. Holy crap, that's going to be amazing. Then we got Last Luchador Standing, Talia Vicarin versus Sexy Star. Oh man, that's going to be huge. And then in the main event, Son of Havoc versus Pentagon Dark in a ladder match for the Gift of the Gods title. Man, I'm telling you right now, Ultimo Lucha is right up there right now for probably the best special / pay-per-view event of the year. It's right now, it's past WrestleMania, and it's nipping at the heels of Wrestle Kingdom 11. That's how good this show has been so far. If the final two parts nails it, it might take it over. We don't know. But that's one thing. RWA, I got some RWA news. Yes, it's been a while since I had it, but we got some. This time around, it's RWA Devil's Night. Definitely the most weirdest night in RWA history, because you never know what to expect. Devil's Night is kind of their Halloween show, so God knows what the hell is going to happen on that one. But we got a lot of good matches on the fight card. Starting it off with this. King Leon VI will get an opportunity to possibly become the RWA Hype Champion. He goes one-on-one with the reigning champion, the Riot, Callan Thomas. This is going to be an awesome match. This is going to be a very interesting match to say, and we'll find out from there. Also, the RWA Tag Team Championship will be on the line. The reigning champions, the Cool People, will put the titles on the line against the Middlesex Express. The next fight we got is a one-on-one match. Judge Logan Chambers will go one-on-one with the Suplex Sweetheart herself, Asana. And we got a very interesting matchup. The Foundation, they will go into tag team action, and they will go up against the newly reunited, the Stacked Deck. That's right, Chris Cruz and the Ace, Mike Montero, are rejoining themselves. They're joining forces one more time to go up and take on the Foundation. And then in what is undoubtedly going to be an interesting match, the Frank the Crank will put the RWA Interdimensional Championship on the line as he will get to open the portal that's going to bring somebody from some kind of from an inner dimension, the P-52 planet. You're at it again. You're going into the well one too many times. And now, how on earth is Frank the Crank going to summon an opponent? Does he even know how to do it? I know my boy, look, the Insane Dick Lane can do it because he has the meta powers to do it. How on earth is Frank the Crank going to pull this off? I don't even know if he's even going to be able to. I don't know. I'm a little concerned. And God knows what he's going to bring out. That's what I'm majorly afraid of. And in the main event of the evening, RWA Triple Crown Champion Nick Marchand is going to go one-on-one with Jason Devine. That's all going to go down on Saturday night, October 21st, live from the Chop Shop in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Guys, there are still tickets available. Go up to squareup.com/store/RWA for all the ticket information. And ladies and gentlemen, we are done for the night. That's right. Our show is done. So until then, Thursday night, as always, it is College Football Thursday. Anthony Floyo will be hosting it. We got a whole bunch of coverage on college football, guys, because we got a lot of games coming up. And on top of that, major shakeups on the Power Poll. Then Friday night is NFL Football Friday. That because we got ourselves a lot coming up as well on that. Major shakeups in the power rankings there. And then Monday night, Anthony Floyo will host Ridiculously Raw after Monday Night Raw goes off the air. And then come back here 1 week from tonight for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. Guys, but this time around, it'll be a 10:30 start time, not 10 o'clock, 10:30, guys, right here on Braves Fan 95. So until then, for Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, for Dee Woodson, I'm Michael Fletcher. You know the routines, everybody. Jose and Pounds. Have a good night, everybody, and so long for now. Bye-bye.